Hey Doc.
Uh-oh. Hi, Wilmar. Thank you for the resub, buddy. Here we go. We're gonna begin this stream by fixing models. I was lucky enough to finally find all my Bushido stuff. So, I pulled out all my stuff. And started fixing everything. Which, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of broken stuff. But, you know, we're doing a lot better now. You know, it's good. It's all good. I fixed many things. All that stuff, there's just like some little bits and bobs now. I have way too many models.
You fixed me.
Kinda. I fixed you. Yeah, how's that? Yeah, I think it was a combination of the move, and then when I was trying to find the Bushido stuff, when they started doing the league, I know one of the bags at least slammed into the floor about from my chest height, so it's good like 5 feet. So it fell and just kind of smashed into the ground. So a lot of little bits went flying. Thankfully, it was all in a bag. So it was kind of like, you know, if you were like making food and you were like trying to beat like I don't know, like a steak or whatever. You just like slam it.
Oops.
So it was, yeah, it was, I don't want to say it was heart-wrenching, but you were just like, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun to fix. Thank you for the follow, Bagel. Yeah, so thankfully, all the bits were there for the most part. The only thing I was missing was one of the fishermen. When I bought his box, he just didn't have. It's gonna sound like I'm in a wind tunnel. It's kind of hot as butts up here. Yeah, this guy. He's supposed to have like a club or something. I just don't think I got it. I just didn't get it when I bought the model. So he's just kind of armless. So I'll have to figure something out to put on there. Thankfully, I don't think I'm going to play Villagers anytime soon, like I was intending to. But the models they're all here. So yeah, it's still one of my favorites too, Kara. I gotta say, Disciples, I've had a real day. So I have been looking forward to just painting. I should probably do paint something more like money making, I guess, but right now I just need a chill pill. You did paint some pants, that's true. We have the same likes. Yeah, I own way too many models. God. Mr. Orangutan.
So you're chilling by building? Your worst
No.
favorite thing to do?
No, I'm not chilling. I just need to finish this because as soon as I put it away, I'm gonna lose everything. So I just need to finish building all this stuff, and then I can actually paint, and then everyone will be happy. Yeah, I know how this looks. I know how this looks, Kara. No. Wind tunnel.
Okay, want you to be happy.
This guy was absolutely bonkers in this game until they eroded him. My God, this guy Riku, I think his name is. Yeah, this guy was insane. Look at that. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Done. Yeah, sorry, it's gonna sound like I'm in a wind tunnel. And then Tomu, the weird doctor guy who looks like he has syphilis. Which, you know, if you're going to go to a doctor, it might as well be one who has syphilis. I mean, why not, right? That's just free real estate. I think he's got some game with Budos, though, because he can heal them completely. You take a key check, and if you fail, they just die, but, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Wind tunnel. There. And then last one. One of the sexy ladies who I might be using this weekend. I'm still deciding on which sexy ladies I want to bring. I think the one with the umbrella, I think she's in. I don't think that whoever was sculpting the Bushido models for the prostitute ladies knew what a woman looked like until a certain point. 'Cause this ain't it. This ain't sexy. Let's put it that way. This looks more uncoordinated. Maybe more uncoordinated. The new ones are much better. Significantly better, but man, the old geisha ladies were, ooh, they're a little rough. The courtesans. Yeah, these are definitely not new sculpts. I imagine with a reroll, it's probably not. Yeah, if you have a luck, you got a luck sitting in the back, just roll it immediately, kill a Budo. Oops. I mean, you would certainly hope by the time you're doing that key feat, you would hope that model's probably almost dead anyway. Okay, no more wind tunnel. They're all built. What are we gonna paint? Now, I'm not sure. It might have to happen if Tisdale comes in here and starts acting uppity. I might have to pull out Darth Maul and act like I was painting him this whole time. And then as soon as I know he's going to leave, because he only shows up for like 15 seconds. They're sculpting it one-handed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get it. This guy gets it. We'll just pretend that we're painting Darth Maul the entire time, and then he'll leave in like 10 minutes or whatever, and then I'll immediately go back to what I was doing. So what are we painting today? We're painting a bunch of sexy ladies. We're painting this broad. Hanami? I think it's it. Hanami? She's the Oyabun for... Oop, I already got Warriors way up. I think it's Hanabi? Hanami? Hanami.
Painting me?
Hanami. Yeah. It'll look just like you, Kara. Something that I did find kind of confusing is that the art, she has a mask. I don't think she has a mask. Which is a little odd, but you know, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to complain. That's what I do. So we're gonna do some skin. I'm gonna do Brother Z while we're sitting here. And then if I'm feeling spunky, I might finish up this French guy I've been working on. Freehand a mask? I don't know about that. And then, of course, if I was actually being honest with myself, as I should be, I think that's a British guy. I think you missed the British guy, Carol. Yeah, that's a Brit. I think this is a Frenchman. Yeah, that's a Frenchman. I would paint the ringers for Cyberpunk for Mike, but I don't know. I just want a break. I just want to be able to breathe for a second. So I'm gonna do whatever I want, unless Tisdale comes in, and then we're gonna have to go to Pretend Land, and then we'll go back to the real world after that. Everybody up to speed? Are we all up to speed? Good. Yeah. Also, the rose people, they're not geishas. They're definitely just like courtesans because they don't do the white paint thing. I don't know if there's actually any geisha in Bushido, which is kind of crazy. They'd have to be in Ryu? Maybe? I don't actually know if there's any geisha in this game. Bagel would be the one to know. I don't actually think there's any geisha in this game. There's a lot of women, at least in SDS. But there's no... As far as I can tell, there are no geishas specifically. So, yeah, secret Tizzy agenda. Yeah. Yeah. Every other week, is that right? Sheesh. I don't know what... I'm paying attention to the wrong channel. I was looking at their studio paint job, and I really dug. They put a crane tattoo here, or a bird. I think it's supposed to be a crane, but they put like a crane on her open thigh here, which I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. I'm about to do something similar. I was thinking maybe we'll do a tattoo of the Dunkin' Donuts logo. No, I don't think they're a geisha. Rose are definitely like yeah, they're like courtesans from like a prostitute ring. Maybe Lady Oka. Takashi Oka? I mean, the one with the Nagita? Unless there's another Oka. She doesn't have the face paint on. Let me look at the model. It's just weird that they haven't dived into that yet. You think gay should be like easy. They could just do a whole theme around it, of course, in the near future. This is another one of those companies. It amazes me that they don't have all their models painted. I don't understand. Yeah, no, she's definitely not a geisha. You would think they would have a member of their studio paint them, because it's like we know they print it in-house. I mean, how hard is it to get the model? Yeah, I think Rose is probably as close as it gets. So I actually even toyed around with the idea of maybe painting the white face paint over her face and doing like the red, the dots on the cheek and the nose and all that. I played around with the idea of doing that with the geishas, or with the Coruscants, I guess. But they might get accused of doing like whiteface, and I don't know. I don't know if we want to open that door. I get mocked enough as it is at the table. I don't need another reason. Because obviously with geishas, their entire body's painted white. Anything that's not covered by clothing, for like a purity thing or whatever. But I think it might be kind of neat if it was just like done on the face to kind of like mimic it, because you know the girls at the Rose are making fun of nobility. You know, some going to horny jail samurais coming into their parlor. I want a geisha. Yeah, the fan dancers actually they might actually already be. I think in the art they might have the white mask, the white face paint thing. I don't think they do. That is very tiny. Wow. They do not. No, they're definitely just regular face. Three dudes and a half-eaten apple. What about the guy who's licking his knife? I was like, Who's like actually pretty good, in my opinion. He's like at the top of the thing. He's like, yeah, Akuto. And of course, we're gonna do a little freehand. Since she's an Oyabun, she's gonna have fancy kimono. If the Shaite are getting fancy ones, you know the Oyabun's gotta have one. So there's gonna be probably a lot of freehand. I might have to just be like, oh yeah, look, the model's painted for the score, because it's gonna be like mostly done, and maybe I won't have time to finish all the freehanding stuff. But we'll see what we can do. Girl, are you not even wearing shoes? You're not even wearing sandals? Are you a foot fetishist? Is that what's happening here? Am I gonna have to take you up back and give you a spanking? A little spank? No. Okay, there's supposed to be Sandalier. Yeah, that probably fell off. That was probably Flash. Stop it. It's cool watching you paint. Yep, that's okay. Well, it's gonna happen either way. Well, you are always welcome, Bagel. If you ever need tips painting, I'm always more than willing to give any help I can. So unlike that psychopath Painter J, I base coat with shadow, not burnt orange, Dylan, you doofus, with shadow flesh. This guy's base coating his skin with purple. What a psychopath. She does not have platform shoes on. The model on the website, she's got sandals on one foot, and the other one, they might have painted it on there? I don't know. I might just paint it, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just have her have like a naked foot, you know? Really just entice people. Like, you want to lick my toes? You want to give me a licking? And I think the other arm is completely hidden. Here's another friggin' bonkers model for this game. Brother Z. Wild. Absolutely crazy. Very disarming. Nice guy, Brother Z. And just because we're here, we're going to do William Kidd. The one and the only. Captain Kidd. Yeah, he's one of those people, if you look at history, what a wild ride. Brush, you might be dead to me. So I will give him credit where it's due. Mr. Bagel for the league has been doing these little bonus objectives, which I think are just such a good idea. Anything to help make the game feel a little more spicy. And he's doing peace shudo, where you're not allowed to kill anybody. I can respect that. I'm a sucker for weird little stupid things like that. Peace Shudo. Peace Shido. That's a weird one, but also if you get basically table, you still get a point. That's true. That is very true. So I decided if I was going to go into it, I might as well have disguise. Which thankfully works on key feats. Which, this broad with disguise 7, like, Jesus. Like, I think there's a way to make it disguise 8, too. I really like what you did for the Blood and Plunder Day. Oh, thank you. Good night, Kara. Is there not an event or something? Like a card that makes it 8? I could be wrong. I thought there was some way to get it to 8. I am by no means a Bushido expert.
You just packed that cute little terrier of yours right here. You know, enough. Shore leave.
Wow, look who made an appearance. Lotus. Jeez. Where you been, girl? I don't think you've been on here since before Nova. But there's a veil you can get, wait action, put back up. Yeah, I know there's that. I've been good. It goes up and down. I mean, I think overall, if you take first world problems into account, I've been great. There's a lot of stress, but that's not like something that makes my life any worse. As Stoicism would put it, the fortress of the mind is only breachable if you let something breach it. And unfortunately, even I let things break through every once in a while. But I know it's fun. Does that wait action to put the thing back on? You have to be like out of line of sight or something too, don't you? Or like a certain distance. Disguise 8 is disgusting, in all honesty. Okay, you just can't be face to face, which is reasonable. Yeah, basically okay. Yeah, Disguise, I remember seeing that. I was like, Disguise 8, like, holy crap, you gotta roll 6 and get 2 non-1s? So you'd have to essentially boost your key stat, unless you're like some kind of master monk? Or you're soulless, I think. Or you're like, your disguise does not affect me. Okay, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure there's at least one model that does it. I mean, if it's gonna be anybody, it's gonna be a sexy lady. How'd Nova go for you, Lotus? Who is in fact not a Rose, yes. I don't even think Wakaba's STS. Yeah, it was a shame I couldn't go, Lotus, I admit. And then, Mike said he didn't know what you looked like, so he couldn't find you. You still been streaming? I was running with a mask on and bright purple hair. Yeah, I'm sure if he knew what he was looking for, he probably would have had a lot more luck. Why do I never... I guess it's because I'm not subbed. I always think to myself, like, oh, I'll get an email when she goes live, and then I never do. It's like, I guess it's because I keep waiting to sub to you specifically while you're on. And then I don't get the email. And then and then by the time I'm at home doing whatever, I'm not thinking about it. You know you're not loved? By, like, me specifically, or just everybody? Because I feel like you've probably gotten subs that would disprove what you just accused the world of. If you mean me specifically, then I think you got more... I think you got more argument to your case there, but... I think if you're just saying everybody, like, nobody in this world loves you, if you have a single sub, that's probably not true. In which case, you just lied to me. On something that's being recorded. Doesn't look good for you right now. Not gonna lie. I'm not like a law scientist. I'm not a law talking guy. But that's not looking good for you. I think I also have you on recording saying stuff along the lines of that you're a chaos gremlin or whatever. That's not gonna hold up too well. It's not looking good, Lotus. Alright, I just mixed in a little bit of basic skin tone for Vallejo. Usually that mid-tone is whichever one you kind of prefer. There's a lot of good ones. And then you just kind of start highlighting. Obviously, we want the ladies to be on the lighter side, because a proper lady shouldn't be out in the sun. But I paint ghosts anyway, even if you're a sailor.
Oh, see? Look at that. Plenty of people love you. At least however many the goal was. Are you going to do it in a maid outfit? Or are you going to leave that to the professionals? You should do one. You say you can even pull off a like a sexy one on purpose. Mine was sexy just because I'm me, but you can do it in a way where it's just like, oh, it's a female who's actually probably attractive, as opposed to whatever the hell I am.
Okay, we loved publishing The Hobbit. Can you tell us a bit about this next book? It's about a magic ring. Yeah. Given to an heir. Yeah. Who must destroy all evil. Yeah.
You have me intrigued. That sounded like the guy who did the D&D thing.
What happens next? They walk, 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 walk. Somebody's following them. Walk, walk, hide, walk, walk, walk. Steal some mushroom.
That sounds like the guy who did that Loot That Body song. Loot that body. Loot that body. Was it Nat 20? I think is what it's called. If you link the full thing, would you watch? Yeah, absolutely, I would. You want me to watch it on stream? Yeah, Tom Cardy. Yeah.
I think I speak.
Yeah, perception check. Yeah, that's him. That's really good. I'm not gonna do it right now. Let me finish doing the skin.
Yes, on stream, Dr.D UWU.
I'll do it right after I'm done with the skin. Because I don't want this paint to dry, Mike. Loot that body. Have you never watched that guy's videos before, Mike? Perception check is, like, amazing.
As dry as my conversations with women. Am I right, chat? Ha ha, chat?
Anybody? Guys? Anybody? You never heard of him before? Yeah, perception check is amazing. I must have watched that video at least like 10 times. Loot that body. I will say, if we watch that video, though, our video will more than likely be demonetized on YouTube, since we're watching another person's video. But it's a Thursday stream, so it's shorter, so it's fine. We're not gonna lose anything. It's fine. Also, Mike, were you wanting me to do the video editing of your Nova footage? And that's okay. Yeah, is it? Is it okay? Is it okay for you, bud?
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Woo!
I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Ah! Lotus! Thank you, Mr. Hex Moser. Say that? Hex Moser. Thank you for the follow. Sheesh! Man. Woo! I'm about to make a name for myself here. Man, you pull out the Bushido model and everybody comes running. You know what? As soon as you start painting a semi-seductive female model, people just, they come. I'm gonna come. You don't have to. I kind of half-assed it. Gave up when I was starting to do it day one. Wasn't sure what I was doing. You half-butted it. Oh, do you actually have the footage for the Nova stuff? Did you take it off? Progress. You primed your ship? Ah, sheesh. What I recommend you do is you just contrast paint it. It's significantly easier. Do not paint it the traditional way. Do not do it. No, no, no. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know I have it. I was just wondering if you actually took it. As in, oh, you mean you half-butted the footage? Okay, okay, I got what you're saying. Not that you were like half-butting the editing. Okay, that makes a little more sense. I'm up to speed. Well, here's the thing. Lotus, did you walk by the Monster Fight Club booth at all? Because if you did, you might have saw Mike. Because he was there like all weekend. He was simping. I half-butted today in what I was recording. I got some tables, but I don't know if it's worth it. I could take a look. I saw something with Raph in it. Look at that naked leg. His name is F. This is a criminal. This is an Oyabun from Silver Moon Syndicate. In my head canon, She's an informant. He did win Best Painted, that's true. I got first in the server. Yeah. Yeah. That means Arachne is 100%. We've podiumed every time, and we've won Best Painted every time. What a life. It also helps that at least at Adepticon, there was a solid chunk of armies that were only painted by me. I want cake or some cookies. Hey, are you married? Isn't that what your husband's job is? To go get you these things? What's going on, Jeff? I gave up Best Paint to someone else who spread the wealth since I don't want to walk away 2/3 of the price. Well, what is he doing at work? Aren't you making money with Twitch now? What does he need to work for? Sheesh. Wow, I had you pegged wrong there, Lotus. I thought you were rich. What do you do for work anyway, Lotus? Ain't that rich? Ain't that rich implies you're rich. I'm rich in friends. I'm rich in the stuff that matters. It don't matter. None of this matters. They keep reading the wrong numbers for never get the glory. Wow. And you're telling me you pick the right ones every single time? That's crazy. That might be profiling. That very well might be profiling.
I am editing some audio I have and this one loser keeps saying Like how can you be a voice for Arachne and you say, so damn much.
Uh-huh. 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 It's funny you say that. I went to a party 2 weekends ago or whatever, and somebody there was like, she was like she's a teacher, so she was saying, I bet you can't talk about a topic for 2 minutes without using or any other filler words. And I was like, I might not be the one. I might not want to be the one in this room you challenge on that one. I was like, you might have better luck with anybody else in this building, but you may not do it with me. So she did challenge me to talk about like space exploration or whatever, which is so easy because I live right next to NASA. And so I just went on this like long diatribe, and I didn't even reach 2 minutes. And she's like, "Fine, you win." I was like, "Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. You sit down." Ooh, look at this naked calf. She's so sexy. Look at, she's not even wearing any underwear. Look at that. That's obscene. Shush. Reminds me when I was in the red light district in New Orleans. Bunch of women, not wearing no clothes, wandering around. Disgusting. It's because my brain needs the buffer. That's why I need to if not then I'll stutter and overheat. I mean, whatever you gotta do, Mike. What you can do, as soon as you learn, instead of saying you just don't say anything. And then just cut that out. It's a lot easier. Because with umming, you have to like figure out where it is, and then especially if you like in the middle of a sentence, then you gotta like cut it out. You just don't say anything, and then it's better. That's the lesson I eventually learned. I don't learn. I've been through this. You've been through this. That's true. I mean, whatever you gotta do. If you like editing, if you like editing for a really long time, then by God, Godspeed, sir. Have fun. Have fun doing that. You see, your editing skills, it would be better for you to just get me back into Infinity. Get me to like actually enjoy the game again, and then I'll just be the main host and you don't need to worry about it. You need to use the more indirect approach. I'm not saying your editing skills are bad. I'm not even saying your speaking skills are bad. All I'm saying is, it's a heck of a lot shorter when you don't have to take out a bunch of ums. And then I added some skin highlight from Vallejo for the next highlight. Oh, that's a good point. Get you back in and then push me out for Wilmar, who doesn't I don't think Wilmar ums. I think he has another filler. I think he's got another tell. I don't think it's though. You in the corner. You see, as soon as you take away Keith's ability to hide behind the keyboard, he's powerless. You know, I tried talking to Jeff, and he just ignored me. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Running an event, hoping he would come. He was like, nah, I ain't coming to that event. That events were stupid. Look at this. She's got a bare shoulder out. Look at that shoulder. Oh, she's sexy. She knows what she's doing. Lotus, tell me. I'm not a professional lady. Does this lady know what she's doing?
same with me. I am a sham. I have no wit. It's all long thought out thoughts that I can't type out correctly since my brain is English incompetent.
It's because I am dumbstruck that you aren't painting wow. Besides myself? Okay, well here. There's never one far. How about that? Are we happy now? Are you happy? This is Sarge from Cyberpunk. There's never a model that doesn't represent totalitarian regimes very far away from my desk. I'm saying, does this lady know what she's doing? Like, does she know she's being sexy, or was it by accident? I've never been attracted to a lady, so I couldn't tell you. All this right in the world again. I got French soldiers for Blood and Bayonets. Which, have you even started getting your Blood and Bayonet army ready? Jeff? I got French soldiers on the way. So it's always Sarge's last day. Yeah, before retirement. He was a father figure to me. He dies every game, too. Poor guy can't catch a break. You're not a sham, Mike. You just have a very good set of skills that is compatible with another person who might have a different kind of set of skills. It's not a bad thing. I don't act like a lady to know. Jeez. Sheesh. He's a shamalama ding dong. Heck yeah, man. That's one of my favorite Bushido models. Llama. He's great. That's a lady. And out of respect for her and her disease.
Sarge always dies from the kids that he saved right before they turn their little kid guns, which are real guns, just in the hands of a child on him.
Thank you for the clarification. Just in case I was wondering. I appreciate that. You preempted me there. That was good. Thanks. I really appreciate that. Which are real guns. Wargame Atlantic to drop their Spanish. Is that like a thing you know is coming? Or is this one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, once this company makes everything I could possibly ever need, that's when I'll get into the game. Like an MCP. Oh yeah, once Dr. Doom comes out, and Galactus, and
How long I've been waiting for this.
Woo!
I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Another gifted sub, Mike. Thank you. You're a machine, man. Yeah, the people that do that for MCP drive me effing bananas. Like, yeah, you know, I'll play that game once every known character that I kind of like comes out. They're in the works. Okay, good. Those people make me angry. I'm just going to use that word. Yeah, I'll play the Gundam game once every single model that I've ever heard of comes out, and then Galactus comes to the game, and then they do a crossover with Bayonetta. It's like, okay, so you have no intention whatsoever. There you go, Jeff. Yeah, no, Soup's on a roll today, huh? Everybody give Soup a high five. If you see him at Nova. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying though? I mean, I'm sure you've seen that a million times, Wilmar. When you're like trying to pitch somebody MCP, like, yeah, I'll get into it once this super obscure character comes into the game. You know, that's when I'll get in. And then that model does come out like, oh well, I'm gonna wait until Dr. Doom. It's always Dr. Doom. Oh yeah, you know, when Dr. Doom comes out, that's when I'll get into the game. Yeah, I'll get into Star Wars Legion when that guy with the ice cream machine and Bespin comes out. That's when I'll get into the game. I gotta monetize before he plays that video. That's true. You gotta monetize me. Is that what you're doing? Is monetizing me? All I got to do is this highlight and then the glaze, and then we're good. Well, I know you don't care anymore, Wilmar. I'm just saying, I know you have bumped into that. Yeah, I will say Marvel's struggling right now. I would really like to play the DC miniatures game at some point. I don't think now is the right time. I think if we play a minis game, I think Batman's gonna be fine for DC. I mean, that's the issue with having games that are tied to IPs, you know? They're like, oh yeah, you gotta meet all these parameters for me before I'll play the game. Like, I'm surprised for Blood and Plunder. It's like if you try and pitch it, they're like, oh yeah, you know, I'll play it if this specific town in Belgium is like a specific army for the game. It's like, shut up. Just shut up. Yeah, I'll play when Silk comes out. Yeah, yeah, right. And she's announced, and then nothing. Exactly. It's like, oh yeah, I'll do it once all of my parameters are met, and then I'm just gonna disappear. Okay, yeah, never mind, whatever. It's like, so you had no intention of playing in the first place. You just want to talk. You just want to yap your gums over and over again. That's why, dude. I mean, that's kind of what I was saying to Mike one day. Mike, you were telling that one guy about about Blood and Plunder, where you're like, yeah, you know, you were trying to like pitch the game to him, and he was just kind of standing there. I was like, dude, you're wasting your time on that idiot. You ain't got no chance in hell. One of the most intelligent things I ever heard going to Cairo school is never sell to somebody who doesn't want to buy what you got. Oh, only sell to people who want it. My favorite one's, yeah, I'll play Silk, you know, whatever. Yeah, when does Silk come out anyway? It's coming out soon. I know she got announced. Night games, and people are asking about the refunds, and you know, night games, I understand it's still purchasing. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's every night thing. They talk about anything, and everybody's like, where the hell have you been?
I will waste my time on 1,000 idiots if it means I get one of those idiots to play the game.
No! Don't waste your time! It's a waste of time! Because the person that's going to get into it is the one that you didn't have to waste your time on. I need my Austro-Hungarians, man. Yeah, you see, that's a good example. I just asked you, are you even going to play the game? You were like, no. Then I'm like, okay, we did it. We're done. We don't need to discuss further. It's the people that lead you on. It's like, shut the hell up. I mean, I don't care what Mike does. Add that to the list, Chris, of things Dylan doesn't care about. I'm just saying, it's like if you want somebody to play the game, if they come to the demo and they play it, if their immediate reaction is not to go buy a starter, they're dead to me. I don't care. Because they're just going to waste your time. Because they're these people that are like, who so desperately need attention. Or at least if they're not like, yeah, hey, let me try and find a way to get into this like cheaper or whatever, whatever. They start shopping around. Like that's when you know you're like, okay, I didn't waste my time. But I've done so many demos for people.
I built the Infinity community by hawking the game for years. I just want to try to get the spark in them.
You gotta get that dog in them. Listen, Mike, I'm just gonna ask you, for all the people that play Infinity, how many times was it that you gave somebody a demo? If they were the people who were like, you gave them a demo, they came in once and they were like, you gave them a demo, and they're like, yeah, I'm into this. How many of them still play compared to people you had to like be there forever and constantly beg to do a demo, and eventually they were like, okay, I'll play the game, and then they did, you gave them a demo, and then they're like, oh, well, I'll play Infinity when Space Peru comes out, because like it's in the lore. And it's gonna come out soon. Well, they don't even. Who knows? There's just people who want to talk. And I've gotten very good at picking them out. Because I hear it with Cairo all the time. You're just like, I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, and they ask you, hey Dylan, what do you do for work? I'm like, yeah, I'm a Cairo. If they say, yeah, I really need to go to a Cairo, I instantly know telling them anything about it's a waste of time. Because if they were going to go to Cairo, they would have already done it. I don't have much time now. I respect your commitment, Mike. That light was long with my eyes. Did you pick up a faction? I will bring the light back. I'll bring the light back to you. Begin for play. Are you talking about? I saw you mention.
Oh my man! I will remind them that it's coming out and make them buy a box.
Magical girl assault.
I will be there as a reminder constantly. Either they will be ashamed and buy a box, or they will not come in when I am there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Mike, all I'm saying is that it's a waste of time. There's certain people where you're like, where they will do everything they can to give you hope, and then they will just be like, oh no, I can't do it because the moon isn't in the right orbit. It's like, all right, man, whatever. No. I actually know where mine is. I did find that. I found my Bushido. I found my Trench Crusade. Look at me, man. I think I've literally found all of it. I think I found all my stuff. I found all my World War II armies. Dude, I'm totally up. I'm up to speed. Alright, very last thing. A little bit of pure white. And then we're going to watch the silly video about Tolkien. A little bit of white on the curve of the boob to attract attention. Fingertips. Top of the calf. A little bit on that butt cheek. There you go. That's how you do the skin of a sexy lady. No! No, Mike. Don't do it. We need to get a sponsor from Steel Series. That's how you do it. Get that Steel Series sponsor. I wonder if they get headsets for free. Yeah, get you that sponsor. Sure. Sure. I got enough on my plate right now. I got enough on my friggin' plate right now. You're effing insane if you think I can do that. You know, I'm a fan. Come on. Alright, we know desktop audio works.
For everyone here.
Okay. So this is the guy that did perception check. To anybody that knows what that is.
I think I speak for everyone here when I say it is very exciting to be in a room with you, Mr. Tolkien. Okay, we loved publishing The Hobbit. Can you tell us a bit about this next book? It's about a magic ring. Yeah. Given to an heir. Yeah. Who must destroy all evil. Yeah. On a magic quest. And what happens next? They walk. Somebody's following them. Walk. Hide. Walk. Steal some mushrooms. Get on a boat. Walk. Elves for the first time. Wow. Walk. Nighttime. Walk. Attacked by tweez. Okay, it's a lot of walking. I'm not a third of the way through. Walk. Meet a weird bush guy. Walk. Finally a town. Safe. Eat. Rest. Show everyone their secret. Get the fuck out of there. Run. They got a new tall guy. Run. Scared. Stab a Dementor. Ride. Dementors can't swim.
My Little
Fuck
Pony?
back to Azkaban. Okay, well that seems like a good place to end it. We'll publish it. I'm almost halfway. Rest. A bunch of elves. They've seen elves before, but now they got a dwarf. Walk. Heaps of walking. Path is blocked. Walk underground. Orc. Run. A Balrog has come. Kick him in the eye. You shall not fuck with me. Walk. I'm sick of elves. Get on a boat. Bottom is an asshole. Motherfuckers.
Boromir's not an asshole. I am a Boromir apologist.
For a while they rode a massive hawk. I think I'd prefer if they... This is my book, motherfucker! They'll walk if I tell them to! Get that weak-ass bird shit out of here!
Oh my god. He just threw the producer out the... Oh my god. Just like Saruman. Walk. He's got another classic right there. Oh, you. How have you never listened to Perception Check? I'll yeah, it was a little bit better. Excuse me? Yeah, hold on. If anybody hasn't watched Perception Check.
On the horizon of this forest path, you see a group of dark, cloaked figures slowly trudging towards you. What do? My half-orc barbarian braces her great hammer, and that's a 1. Critical fail. Steve, what do? Well, I believe in anticipation, my rogue would try and hide behind
No,
a
I
tree.
rolled a
Okay, I
1.
rolled a 1. That's another critical fail. Tom, what does your human bard do? Active perception check. It's a natural 20. Let's fucking go. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. These motherfuckers need to harm us,
and they got to go.
So come on, get 'em now. You picked the wrong day to fuck around with my tight crew. So let's give it in. I can perceive you. Here's what we're gonna do. Me and my boys gonna mess you up. I rolled a 1. Fuck. My boys are otherwise engaged, so I'm gonna bring it on myself. Hey, I forgot. You're supposed to tell me what I see, right? Yes, thank you. Let's just slow it all down a bit. So you notice that one of the hooded figures is a little shorter. I cast Vicious Mockery. Nat 20. Let's
go.
You're a shot, motherfucker, and nobody likes you. Short. Everybody says, fucking sure that guy is. And that stops you from forming meaningful relationships. When you were born, everybody told you it gives a head. But then the doctor said, wait, this little motherfucking tiny short ass baby got a tiny little itty bitty body and I hate it. Your attack lands and absolutely shatters the mind of the cloaked figure. Perception check, please. Nat 20, let's go. You perceive the figure was so short because it was a child. There's always a kid, specifically the child you've been looking for the last 15 days game time and 5 days of our actual
Get 15
lives.
fingers.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I'll be better. His body's just lying there, right?
Don't do it.
Right?
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't. Bitch!
It's classic stuff. If you do that with Mac, if you do that, the loot that body thing with Mac, you'll immediately break into song. I did that to him once. He's like, loot that body. Loot that body. Him and his wife, they just started singing. Yeah, that guy makes some great stuff. Yeah, perception check. I listen to that a lot. Loot that body. Loot that body. Yeah, that Tolkien one is good. That's really good. I love that. That's great. Yeah, yeah, definitely do it next time you see Mac. You just say, hey, is his body just laying there? And he's gonna look at you, wondering what you're talking about. Like, loot that body. Loot that body. Loot that body. It's short and nobody likes you. It stops you from forming meaningful relationships. Okay, so what color are we going to do this dress? This kimono she's got on is going from a black into a red. Is that what I want? That's not what I want. I think I'm going to go from a black into like a teal. Loot that body. Yeah, I'm doing it. Orange, yeah. Bite me. Loot that body. Loot that body. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go into maybe like a turquoisey jade kind of color. Stops you from forming meaningful relationships. Yeah, that man has actually invented soup, Bagel. As another food item, you should
I am just
appreciate
an
it.
enjoyer of orange. Can't blame a guy for liking a challenging color scheme.
It's not challenging at all. Not orange, teal. We have a lot of food in the audience today. And I think her obi, I'm not sure if that's technically what that is. I don't know what the technical term for a female belt is, but her obi I'll probably paint red. Just because it's Silver Moon. Got to keep that color consistent, you know. Loot that body. You have to subvert expectations, and then I'll make the fan red. Just kind of make it stick out. Because she's armed and dangerous. Like Joe. Joe Mama. Got him. We'll be back. We'll be back after a short commercial break. You paint better and crazy fast than me. I got some progress on Matsu, but now I'm just watching and learning. Well, I've had a lot of practice, Bagel. It's not a you thing. It's a me thing. You see, when you are incapable of being loved, Bagel, you find ways of occupying your time. And for me, that was with painting. I love you. So whatever design we do on the belt or on the kimono, whatever this is. This is technically not a kimono, I think. I've actually learned that they're like not every single.
It took me 3 months to prime a ship black. Dr. D is light years fast in my mind. The flash of painting.
The Flash. Ah! Masters of the Universe. The designs that we're going to put on it. I have learned, I went to a Japanese celebration festival in Somerville, I think it was. Something like that. Anyway, but I learned that not all of the outfits are kimonos. There's like different names for like the work kimonos and stuff that they wear, that ladies would wear when they go out and work in a field. Like the kimono, a kimono is like specifically like a dress outfit. Like you're dressing to go out somewhere. So I don't know if this is like, I don't know anything. Okay, just stop yelling. Also, if you were not like specifically tied to an army scheme, it should be said like if you had colors you were thinking, like if I was intelligent and not a big dumb stupid idiot. Like if we were gonna go red, the best thing to do for like a like contrasting color, like technically speaking, blue is probably not the right way to go. Just because was in the wrong color. You'd probably want to go with a purple. You should always use the color that's... I'm sorry, you should use a green. I'm sorry. Green would be the opposite of red. Not purple. Stupid. Yeah, technically that's how you should... Which teal is kind of green? Kind of. So it works. It's not a big deal, but... yeah. So technically that should be the direction. It's fine. It's not a big deal. But also because she is a Japanese, she's going to have black hair. I'm also thinking that we might give her highlights. Or not highlight, maybe streaks. Or whatever they call it, like on the edges of their hair. I might do a little turquoise on that. Just to kind of combine the color. That might be a little unrealistic. I'm not even sure if they had hair dye back then. Not sure if that's a thing. Yes. That I know. I'm historical though. I'm a big fan of history, so I always try and keep it real, you know. Burning down. Oh no! Let's get it out. Let's get it out. Get it out. Yeah, any black paint that might hit the skin, we might just turn into a tattoo if we can't get it to go away. It's nice to add like period appropriate. Yeah, I would say that when it came to me getting into this game, I was excited about monks and samurais fighting each other. And then I bumped into like somebody playing. It was Frank, who you're well aware of. When I started playing the game the first time, I went over to play against him, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great! It's like a samurai fighting game. I'm into this. I love the theme. I love that period. Super interesting. Love history." He pulls out Tengu, proceeds to play something where he's got like some wizard that holds all my guys still, and he murders every single thing that he swings at in one hit. And I was like, okay, guess I'm never playing this game again. And he kept saying, it's like, oh, you should play the game again. It was so much fun. Yeah. I don't even think I hit his models. Like, all my guys died in one hit. I was like, okay. No. I never played it again. And then I was playing against I was like, oh, let me give this another shot. Because the Inari stuff came out. And I love foxes. Like, I love foxes. Love. And I bought them. And I forget. I think I said I was gonna go play against.
I had fun. Want to do it again?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And I love Frank. Don't get me wrong, but playing against him is a effing nightmare because you have to play on his rules, and I don't really want to go to his house at like 11 o'clock at night. That's not how this works. But he, like, I bought the box, and I think I offered to play him again. And I went over and played it, and I got crushed again. And for some reason, I decided I was going to stick it out. So I stuck it out a little bit. And that was when Webway picked it up. So Webway, or Bushido wouldn't even exist up here if it wasn't for that. Because then I convinced Raph to buy it. And that was when they started getting product. And we were having a good time. And then I very distinctively remember this. We did that very first tournament at the store. There was a lot of people there in here that were there. And I saw that Hokage bomb, and I was like, nope, not doing this. And I immediately stopped. And I was like, I'm not going to promote a game that lets that exist. Because there's no way in hell I'm going to let that be a thing that exists in a store that I'm going to play games at. So Andre single-handedly managed to end it for me. And I was like, nope. Not happening. So thankfully Bagel took over. I kept telling everybody, it's like, listen, if you run events, I'll go play. But I'm not putting effort into a game that they don't want to balance. So, Bagel, I'm glad you picked it up. I'm glad somebody did. I feel bad because Raph did invest in it. Play Goat Song. Yeah, it's not happening. Yeah, it's not by a first-time player on Foxes followed by head coach. Yeah, fuck that. No, that's not Frank. That's Wilmar. You're not familiar with him. He doesn't come to the shop usually, unless it's like for an event. Frank comes in here every once in a while. Did they ever errata Hokage? The Hokage bomb? Bagel? For some reason, I feel like I heard somebody said they actually did something about it. I doubt it was much of anything, because GCT is awful. Order's been eroded. Okay, that's what it was. I mean, I'm pretty strong, but I agree that if you're not aware of a list trick, it can go super bad. Good. Yeah, that Vile of Rajan's Breath thing, I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like, what? Yeah, I get flight, and I'm also unstoppable, and nobody cares about nothing. I'm unstoppable. You're dead. Look at that. You're dead. So, this is how I remember it happening. Somebody posted the list on the Discord or on a forum or whatever. Greg got a hold of it from the shop. I love Greg, but we all know what Greg is. He's a monster. He gave Andre that list. Andre, who had played the game like 2 times before the tournament, won. I'm like, excuse me? Or he got like second or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much about how I feel about it, Wilmar. And I think unfortunately, the way they do the rewards for it, where they're like, oh yeah, if you win a big Masters or whatever, you get to design the next model. And it can be added to the theme or whatever that you played. I'm like, okay, so you're going to make the themes that won the events even better. I don't know. I can't say I support it. I think it's cool. As always, I will be the first to tell you the stuff I like as well as the stuff I don't like, but I do think it is absolutely incredibly insane that these guys are trying to make another game when there's only like three of them. It's insane. Not always like that. You can make a model, but a lot of people just add to the faction other stuff. I thought the rule was that if you made the model, it had to be a part of the same faction that you played the game as. I might have said specific theme, but yeah. It has to be for the same faction, at least. I'm pretty sure that's at least the case. Alright, I'm going to paint that purple before I lose access to it. I went over to Cyril's house a couple times to play, and he, annihilated me, as he often does. I was a little sad that Awoken weren't more my speed, given the spider theme. Dominable 8, baby. That is hair. Woo! This girl's got some hair. I gotta give them credit. They do make some fantastic models. I love their models. Okay. So we're going to do some of that geisha face paint. No, right, that's in the same faction. I thought that Awoken was broken, but now they can't break open their own egg sacs. I think it's maybe more in line. I would agree with that. Oh, I didn't... I wouldn't have even thought of that. Breaking open their own eggs. Of course somebody thought of that. Thank you. She does have nice hair. Alright, so we're going to do the face paint thing. So, geisha face paint usually has a little bit of blue in it. So it's going to be our normal way of doing white. It's a very pure white. Now, technically speaking, geisha paint, I believe, leaves a blank spot behind the ears because it's like an erogenous zone or something like that. It's like some cultural thing. Don't ask me why I know these things. And so they're supposed to leave like a little bit of skin, like right where the hairline is. Again, I think it's like a cultural thing or something. I don't know why. So that just means that we need to leave a little bit of skin around the face, around where the hairline is. I would assume so, otherwise it would get into your hair, and I can imagine that's pretty icky. Yeah, I watched a documentary on it for research purposes, and it was actually really interesting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a little bit of white blue. You know, one of the colors I think we use more than anything else on this channel. You can't look at it's so white you can't even see it. White blue. And we're going to water it down, and we're going to do this in a couple, like, layers. We're literally going to, like, put face paint on. And the natural skin tones underneath it are going to carry the highlights. So this is... I wouldn't say it's watery, but I would say it's really moist. And we're just going to kind of drag it on her face. And we're going to get inside of her eyes, because we're going to do red eyeshadow. And I'm just dragging it towards the front of the face to make it look more like makeup. Now this is going to take a couple layers because we are putting this on a pretty firm paint underneath it. And thankfully, since we can play pretend here, where she's like not actually a geisha, she's actually a prostitute. We can just it doesn't have to be perfect because that's kind of like half the joke. Now, usually I would always shade white blue with a dark blue. Because this is a face, I don't want it that dark. So we're actually not going to do a lot of shading on this. We're just going to do mostly highlights. Because I think the red makeup is going to be what kind of carries it and conveys the idea that we are going after. And put a little bit on the neck. Don't have to totally cover it. But again, we're living in pretend land where she's disguised. She's disguised 7. She's not actually a geisha. And it's going to look like doggy doo-doo at the beginning. Because we're putting a flat paint on something that's highlighted. And you just want to be patient. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. And for this next step, when we start doing the makeup, you're going to want a real tiny brush. Because we're going to do some eyeshadow. Yeah, white blue. White blue's the best. White blue for life. And if you want to buy any of these paints from Monument Hobbies, you can, of course, use the code Arachne. I'm sorry, Professional Casual at checkout to get yourself a swanky discount and help out the channel directly. Okay, so we're going to use a little pure white. Not much, just enough to kind of give it a little depth. And we're going to put it on the nose, the brow line, highlight of the cheek, and top of the lips. Now again, the lips are going to be red. So just the... Going to bed, Mike? Good night, Mike. We're only going to be going for like another, 30-ish minutes. Good night, Mike. That was a good video. Alright, so it kind of looks goof troop currently. Yeah, you can't even really see it. It's the usual problem with white blues. The light reflects it so bad. Alright, so here's the key. When it comes to doing like makeup, makeup's, I'm just gonna be honest, it's kind of a bitch. You're just gonna want to use a mid-tone. I've tried doing the thing where you highlight up and all that stuff. It just doesn't work. Faces are way too small. So I'm taking some bold pyrite. This is one of my favorite reds. It's nice, rich, good red. You're gonna want a real thin and sharp brush. So make sure you're pulling out your Sunday best. So yeah, real tiny. Tiny. And you're going to want to water this down. So you take a dip, make it nice and watery. Because we're not going to apply it like a wash. You just want that. You just want the brush to be loaded, right? You take something to wipe it off on. You want it in the brush, but you do not want this to be wet, because it'll make a coffee stain. And the way makeup works for the eyeshadow is you're literally going to put it in the high hole, and you're going to drag it up to the top. And you're going to want to, like, drag it out. And one advantage that we have, again, is that she might not make it perfect just because it's for the meme, you know? Because she's probably mocking high society. And then just do it in a couple coats. You just want it to be there, like in the eye hole. Alright, and then when you do the lips, you want the exact opposite. You want it to be pretty firm paint. You want to wipe off the excess just so it's on the brush. And the key I've learned with lipstick, do not paint the top lip. You only want to paint the bottom. So if you paint the bottom lip, and you want to be even careful with the bottom lip, because as soon as you put too much on it, it goes into clown. You go clown. So if you're painting bozos or something, go for it. And then if you want a little bit on the top lip, you just have to make sure you come at it from the very bottom. And you want to be very, very subtle. When it comes to makeup, it's definitely less is more, I've learned. Firm paint on the red. For the eyes. Okay, so certain geishas I think do like rosy cheeks. Yeah, some of them do. Some of them do it. It's up to you if you want to do it or not. I think for the purposes of what we're doing, I think we'll stay away from it. Just because the stuff in the eyes is probably going to bleed out a little bit anyway. And I know some of them will do a little bit of red around the actual like face part to blend it into the skin a little bit. Again, that might be a little bit too fine detail for us. So I'm going to say we're just going to let that be. I do think I want to expand it just a tiny bit on the eyeshadow. I want it to go all the way into the hair. Nice and gentle. Yeah, you're welcome. Makeup took me forever to learn. I learned it on Marathi, thankfully. That was the one that really made it click. You gotta have a good face. If it's a soft face, don't even waste your time on makeup. Just give him some lipstick, and you'll be done. So as you can see, she kind of looks like some kind of demon. Now, if you want to highlight this, which I recommend you do, you're gonna want to take like maybe a little bit of like I'm talking tiny, a bit of white, like pure white. So itty bitty, and then you mix it with a little bit of that red. I'm talking not a lot. This white is gonna be super powerful. You just want it to kind of like start changing color to like a pink. And you're gonna put maybe like a single dot on the lip, on the bottom lip. And that's going to represent the sun glistening off of their lips. Real subtle. And then I'm going to do a little bit of just like a pure white. Again, super tiny. And just give her a little dot. And it's so small. You might be able to see it. Maybe like a little bit. Come on. Come on. You can see a little bit right there on that lip. Maybe like just a tiniest little bit. Alright, then you take some black. And we're going to paint the eyes. So you want to be careful here. You don't want to undo all your work. You put a real subtle little eyeball in there. Good. And you want to make sure you're working with a real tiny brush here, because again, if you're just doing eyes, it's like whatever, it'd be whatever size brush you want. But as you can see, there's the outline for her eyeballs. So we let that dry. Then we're going to use another classic. We're going to use a little bit of black blue. I always have it on my palette. I like it when it's a little bit dry, in all honesty. I think it makes it a little bit easier to control. So what we're going to do is we know we're going to go from black on the upper part, and we're going to work our way down the dress, and it's going to shift. So the middle is actually going to be pretty, I guess, tame, for lack of a better term. So this one might not follow true color lighting recommendations, but it's going to look cool. So I'm going to keep the highlight probably like above that elbow height. Everything about at that level I'm going to highlight with the black. I'm going to leave the middle relatively tame as far as like dark colors. I'll probably just leave it as black. I might introduce a little bit of like a dark red, because dark red is a color that can make black look darker for some reason. And of course, you're going to highlight all of the hair, because when we do the glaze tips, we're gonna glaze it. So whatever highlight you have underneath it is gonna, for the most part, be the highlight. So just highlight that normally. Oh, what a woman. And as soon as the hair starts to get highlighted, that face paint, the white face paint, is going to start to, like, really come out. Because now all of a sudden you're adding that black depth, and the white is going to get real fancy. Or that's the hope, anyway. And the hair will be even fancier once these gold the hairpins get colored. We'll probably do gold, cause she's rich. She kind of looks like Morticia. Yes, darling. Yes, darling. The Addams Family. They're making a Gomez, or not a Gomez, a Uncle Fester show, supposedly after Wednesday. I thought that was kind of neat. All right, so we know that blackest paint is dry. So what we're gonna do? Take that real smooth, very smooth brush, and we're gonna use a little classic Ushop de Bone. Could be, yeah. It very much could be. Take some. Boop. Again, wipe off the excess. You really don't want too much paint. I give it a little lick for moisture. And you want to be real careful. Usually I wouldn't be so kind of picky about eyes. But we're working with something here. Hey. I'm being a little more careful than I usually am, just because I don't want to mess this up. To be a siren. I just put the paint on the just put the paint on the palette. I don't know where I put it. Why am I so dumb? There it is. And we're gonna get some on the edge of the hair, that's fine. It's just whatever. I'll just cover that up. Uber, what's going on, man? Welcome back. We're painting a lady. Painting a lady of the night. A lady of the Japanese night. Cover up those. Kind of tighten it up. Okay. So. Tanks. So we haven't put the eyeball in yet. We haven't put the iris in. So right now we got the eyeball in the socket, right? It's not perfect, but when we put the actual iris in, it's going to kind of make up for it, so I wouldn't even worry about it. But usually I would just use a 0.3 because it's a little bit bigger. This one, obviously, the eyeball is going to be a little tinier. New Pro Acrylic paint. Oh, yeah, you just went, didn't you? Didn't you order them like last time? Like yesterday? So right now this is a 0.1. It's pretty tiny. Itty bitty. You could also use a 005 if you want to. For this one, I'm going to be very quiet because I'm going to hold my breath because you don't want your hand to shake. And I would also, if this was not a model with face paint on, I would also draw the eyebrows. I would draw the eyebrows on with this. Which, you don't think it makes that much of a difference, and then you see a model without eyebrows, and you're like, oh, God. Oh, sweet God. So, yeah, like for this one. I was painting this one a little while ago. A little French, Napoleonic. So, as you see for that one, the iris is, like, way bigger. Like, I didn't really take that much time to, like, do... Oh, I guess I didn't put the eyeball in there yet. Yeah, here. This guy. Look at his face. So if you look through his visor really, really closely, you can see his wind tunnel. Yeah, here's a good example. So if you look real close, you can see the eyebrows. It makes a huge difference. Super subtle. You don't have to make it very big. You just kind of put it there and you're like, oh yeah, look. He's also missing some fingers. My sculpt did not have fingers. I just think he got it cut off in a sword fighting accident. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. There should be a vlog, VOD, whatever it's called, VOD, Mr. Uber. Okay, so she's got an iris now. So now... she should look like she has a face. See? He's a noob. Can I give the sword of 1,000 truths to a lowly noob? So there you go. And it kind of looks a little goofy. It might have been better to like do a more a more subtle red. Whatever, it's fine. It works for purposes. We're going to highlight the hair. We're probably going to finish after we highlight the black. So we'll look at this again after the black is highlighted, and you'll notice that it'll look a lot sharper. So then we're going to go in here, make sure this is all good. The blue-black is probably the most important highlight for the black. So just don't... if you're going to skip on a step, do not skip on the black-blue. Because black glue looks a lot more natural than just black. So even if you just highlight it with black blue alone, that's probably fine. Just don't skip the black blue. Because regular just black doesn't look right. Here's my secret weapon for black. It's this, called Lothern Blue. I use the airbrush one because it's pretty thinned. Well, thank you, Bagel. Just take a big old glob of it. You slap it on your palette. As you can see, this is something I've done very consistently. I'm constantly mixing these things together. So you put that there, you mix it with your blue-black. And this is the first highlight over the blue-black. And you just want to refine it. Kind of get the edges. This is not the one that usually makes the black stand out. It's going to be the next one that does it. This is just kind of like a setup. This is the necessary evil step, as I like to call it. Sometimes I skip this part. Don't tell anybody. It depends on how much time I have. Highlighting hair is its own beast. You just have to remember that there's going to be a... human hair is very glossy, so you have to remember that there's going to be a sunbeam that goes through it. I'm not going to explain it right now. But you just remember that hair usually follows like what they call a volume, like a volumetric. So it just means that when you're highlighting it, you want to kind of always point it towards the sun. Or wherever your light source is, anyway. This is gonna have a confused light source anyway because there's a lantern right here, and I'm gonna have some subtle OSL coming off of that. We're definitely not gonna get to that today, but I will do that probably off camera. Like for yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? Nah, the overall effect is very successful. Forgive me, successful. You see, I've always been capable of doing this, Chris. When I first started doing this stream, this is what I used to do, and then nobody cared. And I was like, all right, I guess we're just gonna make fun of me the whole time. I guess that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so as you can see, it's kind of been set up. She's starting to look a little sexy. See, a little sexy. You're starting to see, like, volumes. It's like, hey, look, she's got boobs. And her dress is starting to have, like, kind of, has, like, folds in it. I think this is a really important step for, like, when you're doing clothes that has, like, a lot of bends in it. Because that's going to let this blue, just pure Lothern Blue, I'm going to put it right here. Now, here's the thing. When I say pure, you always add just a tiny little bit of the previous color to it, because that'll do what they'll call it tying, which means that it comes from the same like color palette essentially. Oh, by the way, Chris, I have something to tell you after I'm done talking about this. So this is almost completely Lothern Blue. I don't know if I let you guys do anything. You just do it anyway. So this is almost pure Lothern Blue with a tiny bit of the previous color in there. One of my favorite model companies, Black Scorpion, they are having a anniversary sale, and they sell a lot of really cool stuff for that you could use for Blood and Plunder. They have a lot of like sailors and stuff like that because they make their own game called like Cutlass or whatever. They also sell cowboy stuff. So I bought a cowboy for me and you, Chris, when we play that cowboy game.
So then we take this and you just...
So as you watch this, you're going to watch this model literally gain a third dimension.
So you just kind of put it on the edges. And again, I can't really teach you how to do the highlighting when it comes to like volumes. That just kind of comes with a lot of practice.
So you're just like, boom! Look at that. You can instantly tell the difference between like her hair and her dress. It's like instant.
So Lothern Blue is, in my opinion, the key.
Black Blue and Lothern Blue, I think, are the keys to painting black in a way that's aesthetically very pleasing.
Bada boom, bada bing. You're like, hey, yo, look at this guy over here with the dress. Hey, it's not a dude. It's not a lady at all. It's a dude. Look at this guy. Hey, yo.
So yeah, that's just the dress. So we're gonna do that with the hair, obviously, but just to kind of prove, like, this is what it looks like. Difference. Like, big difference there. Are you on the phone, Uber? I really don't like Twitch on the phone. I've never had much luck with it.
And so when I used to do my tutorials on
Professional Casual, the written ones. If you guys ever need help with this, there is a written tutorial of this that I left on Professional Casual. I say left on there. I put it there. So if you need if you like the Word version, actually, I'll just get it for you. I made it. I can do whatever the hell I want with it. I'm a part of Professional Casual. Damn it, I can do whatever I want. I really do. I really should go back to writing. Here. There's all of the articles. There's a bunch of colors in there. Yellow is the one that I think is one of the more useful ones. I wrote these in 2023. Shit! I'm an old man. I'm an old man. So if anybody wants to know what I just did here, that's the article where I talk about what I just did. Back when I used to be happy. I'm changing my mind. I don't think I'm going to do Jade. I'm going to go bright green. I'm doing it. Nobody can stop me. The idea has inserted itself into my brain hole. My brainulum. Wilmar, please send help. My brainulum. Don't do it, no! You're gonna ruin everything! No.
No.
What do you mean, no? About the green or the brainulum thing? Mudang, get out of the way. Alright, then we're gonna take some white. The purest white you've ever seen. No help. Oh, okay. 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 Put that white down. Again, we're talking pretty pure white here. We're going to mix it with the previous color, which is that blue. And like I was trying to say earlier, make sure you tie it. So make sure there's a little bit of that previous color in there just so it's not pure white, because pure white's going to look bad. If you stop where this is right now, you're A-okay. You do not have to go any further. But there's this crazed part of me. This is where everybody thinks Dr. D's lost his mind. You add a little bit of that white, and then you just kind of hit the edges. You might be thinking to yourself, wow, Dr. D's lost his mind again. Oh, Dr. D, he's crazy. Why is Dr. D got to be grouchy all the time? I'll tell you why. Because I wasn't raised right. You don't think I know who I am? Look at that. And again, just to kind of compare it to the hair, that's the difference between that layer and the last. Blammo. Now the hair is going to be a little different because it is hair. Hair is just kind of its own beast. And you want to hit it with a highlight. Make sure it looks good. Try to get the volumes. Meow, meow. Meow. Like I said, this is going to be the point where you start to really notice that face paint. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. The white really adds on to it, but if you got to be really careful with it, because if you're not subtle with the white, it will quickly go loco. You want to really just make sure you hit the edges, because if you put too much white on it, it loses its mind, and then it looks, I don't want to say bad, but it doesn't look right. Now, what I just said, pay no attention, because I'm about to do the thing I told you not to do. Hair is kind of one of the exceptions because there's a lot of oil in hair due to the sebaceous glands. So hair has what they call the I don't know if that's a technical name, but it's like that, you know, like when light hits the hair, it kind of like has that like beam that goes across it. So we're actually going to use a little pure white. Very little. If you don't want to do this, just if you're unsure of it, just don't do it. But we're going to take a little pure white. We're really going to wipe off most of it. And we're just going to hit real specific spots just to kind of help define. And we're going to go across like kind of like the crown of the head where the most light is going to hit. So then you get that thing. I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about? You know, where it's like you just see the light hit it. I don't know. I don't know what the technical name for it is. In my head, I call it like I call it a god beam. That's definitely not. I don't know if that's what it's called, but for some reason that's in my head. If you're painting a lot of Bushido models, you're gonna want to learn how to paint black hair because you're not gonna get very many other colors of hair. Sheen. There you go. That's a good word for it. Yeah, Sheen. Look at that. You guys are way smarter than me. One of the main characters from Jimmy Neutron. My Ultra Lord action figure. Yeah, I bet you guys didn't. I bet you guys didn't think about my Jimmy Neutron trivia. Yeah, I bet you came in here not knowing you were about to get told. Obviously, most models you wouldn't spend this much time on hair, but this model's like is probably like 20% hair. And you know what, guys? I would usually stop right here, but we ain't done.
Brain blast.
Brain blast. That's where I learned where the chicken dance was from. Guys, you can't believe it. We still got one more thing we got to do. You're going to be thinking, Dylan, you've lost your mind. We're about to paint it green, baby. No, Brain Blast is right. You did it. You got it. Brain Blast! So we're going to do this dress. We're going to go down to a green. So what I want is the tips of her hair to also be green. And it's going to be like poetry. It's going to be like poetry. So we're going to take my favorite green in the entire world. bright yellow green. Take a itty bitty tiny bit. I said to give me an itty bitty there we go. This is one of the few paints I've ever bought more than one bottle of. I think that's my third. I think that's my third one. I go through that stuff like crazy. So we're gonna put this color in her hair. You might be thinking I'm crazy. I am crazy. So we're gonna take that color and we're really gonna water it down because we're gonna glaze this. If you have a glazing medium, even better. I might have a glazing medium. I do. Ooh, fancy. Look at this. A little glaze medium. I might have just hit my face. I might have just hit myself in the face with that. Don't tell anybody. This stuff tastes terrible. So don't put it in your mouth like I do. It tastes so bad. It's so toxic. Man, I remember writing these articles. Man, I used to put so much effort into these things. My old Sons of Horus army. I remember that. I miss that one. I miss that army every once in a while. And then I remember I don't play GW anymore. I don't eat sugar products. I did used to care. That's true. You did it. You made me care. Alright, so we just take some of that medium. See, I just put it in my mouth. It's going to taste awful here in a second. So, this is what it's going to look like. It's super watery. All a glazing medium does is it diffuses the pigment content. And it lowers the water tension. Which means it doesn't make rings. That's how you stop from forming a coffee ring whenever you're painting. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Now's not time to learn. So you take it, you make sure it's nice. You don't want to wash it. There's a difference between a glaze and a wash. And you're just going to want to give it, like, you don't want to bathe it. You just kind of want to give it a little itch, a little scratch. Because you don't want to lose control of it. The way I think of glazing is you're literally staining. Oh God, it's not a pleasant taste. More pigment, more pigment. And make sure you clean your brush after doing glazing because it'll ruin your brush. And if your glaze is a good enough consistency, whatever highlight you had underneath it will show. You just want to make sure it doesn't pool in a place because then it's going to look like a wash. And I don't know if that's actually where her hair ends on the upper bun part, but that's where we're going to pretend. We're going to go to pretend land and say that it is. So that's what I'm talking about right there. You might notice like that. You see that little pool right there. You just want to make sure you don't leave that. Just make sure you kind of spread it out. Because once it pools, it'll kind of look weird when it's done. That's why you don't want to. It's not a wash. It's a glaze. It's not a doll, it's an action figure. And this is going to take a couple coats, so this is not a one and done kind of thing. Also, a very good person to ask for this kind of stuff, ask a lady. They'll tell you how this works. I already know how to ruin I already know how to ruin brush. Thank you very much. And that's just because the glaze medium will put the paint in the furl, the part where the actual brush meets the metal tip. It's called the furrow. I think furl. And if paint dries in there, yeah, your brush ain't long for this world. What colors did you get, Macro, anyway? I know we were talking about it briefly. It feels like it was like literally yesterday. It was Monday, right? I talked to you Monday. I guess it's not that long ago. I stream too much. For 7 viewers. It's a very loyal 7 viewers, though. I appreciate every single one of you. And again, this might be one of those things that doesn't really pay off until later, because right now it doesn't really look like a whole... Actually, that does look pretty good, doesn't it? That looks better on camera than I think it does in person. Anyway, but this will probably start to really poke out a lot more once the red starts getting introduced. And I am actually going to highlight this with a little bit of the pure color without the glazing medium, just to kind of make it a little brighter. Because again, I'm crazy. Yeah, how's that look to you guys? The base set's good, and 4 main expansions, and the 3 washes already has. Oh jeez, just bought like fucking like 30 paints. Like each set is 8, right? 8 paints, 8 or 6. Does that look okay? It looks a little dull, but it does look green. It needs to be highlighted. That's what it looks like on the camera, anyway. It looks very subtle. Shuttle. Which is good. That's kind of what a glaze is for. It did its job. I trust you guys. I trust Wilmar especially. Well, what are you thinking, Wilmar? What do you think? How do you think this looks? Looking like a cool raver goth lady. I think it's fine, but I highlight. Yes, okay. I trust it. Good. Okay, that's kind of what I was going for. I love goths. Who doesn't? If you don't like goths, I don't trust you. I realized I should have printed a paint rack. Yeah, bro. Let me show you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going on an adventure around the Arachne studio. 3. There's another one. There's 1 underneath it too. There's 4. I have another one around here somewhere. That's a corner. That's a corner rack. She looks like someone I'd pine for. Would give me a second thought. Sheesh. I'm pretty bad. I've been doing this a long time. Just for the record, I have a... It's going to be upside down, but... I don't know if I can get the angle for it. Underneath where those boats are, you can't really see it because of the light. There's a tub filled with paints. Filled with them. Just different brands that I've used. I'll use it like once and be like, nope, then I'll just throw it in there. And then every time I move, I go through it and test every single one of them, and I throw away the ones that have dried. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just start using these when I get to the new place. And then I just use the same 4 paints I use for everything. I really should just bring it to the shop. Be like, listen, if you want to color out of this thing, just take it. I have like 4 bottles of like Russian green when I was doing a lot of historicals, and I just kept buying it because I don't know if you ever noticed I'm stupid. I think I bought like 6 bottles of Russian green. I'm such a fucking idiot. Nope, it's Citadel. I don't know. Some of the old Citadels were okay. I still have a Guilliman green, a Guilliman blue glaze. There was I kept forgetting to sell it. People were selling those things for like fucking like $50 a bottle. I was like, holy crap! I never opened it either. At least I don't think I did. I want to say it's over there somewhere, but you know, whatever. What are you gonna do? Looks like a girl. That just hit me again, Wilmar. Thank you. It just like hit me again. All right, so now I'm gonna use some pure bright yellow green.
I just wanted to be pure.
And we're gonna give it a little highlight. And the glaze medium might actually, if it's still on there, might actually work to our advantage a little bit because it'll diffuse it a tiny bit. I just saw a message pop up. I'm hoping it's okay. Starting a print on some paint racks. Yeah, man. I love them. Use the IKEA like shelves or whatever. The slot shelves or whatever they're called. It's like a modular shelf you can stick things into. Scada. Yeah, Scada. Yeah. I had a full set of the screw tops, and half of them dried out. Yeah, dude, I hate... Yeah, don't even get me fucking started on those things. Let's just say there's only a few colors by Citadel that I still use. And there's a reason. It's just because I can't find anything else that works like them. Ushabti Bone, for some reason, I can't quit this color. I love ivory, but it's not the same. Anybody who says it's the same is a psychopath. Don't trust them. And then Lothern Blue, there's no way I could ever replace that color. I use that thing for so many things. Here's the thing. I'm playing Bagel this Sunday. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna paint this, and he's gonna expect it to look like this, and then I'm gonna show up. It's gonna be like completely different. It's gonna be like a completely different color. Yeah, I just decided to do some changes, you know. Just go in and like completely repaint it. Alright, and then the very last thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little final highlight on this, just to kind of, again, add a little volume. The key is you're going to add yellow to it. I like them bright. I like them bright. I like my yellows like I like my women. I like them bright.
That would be wild if it was a way to just like a completely different model. Just painted it completely differently. So you take some of this yellow and you just mix it in with that green. Kind of turns into this. Again, pretty powerful. I don't like mixing it with white personally. I kind of like this like toxic green. It's just one of my favorite colors I've found over the years. And we're just highlighting. That's what I'm talking about right there. Hello, nurse. Right, what do you guys think of that? Black and the green is just... I played a lot of Cricks. I don't know if you can tell. I painted a lot of Cricks models. I painted a lot of dragon ladies. I got a thing. I don't know if you can tell I got a thing. Meh. Meh. Meh, meh, meh. And if I was like really crazy, since this is on the underside of the hair, I'm not really gonna worry about sheen so much. No need for a brain blast here. I am confusion. Yeah, and the red makeup, this works definitely. Yeah, definitely got a lot of cricks. Little bit of cricks going on. I don't like the new cricks. I don't like it. I picked up Signar. I don't like the new cricks. The heavy reliance on the Cephalix thing. It's not my thing. That Necrofactorium thing. It's just not my thing. I love the Dragon Fleet. That was my big thing. I liked a little bit of robot in my spook. I did not like the robot was not my favorite part. So like it's too robot now, not enough spooky. I need more spooky. I have no doubt they'll get there. As soon as they do, I'm gonna buy the hell out of it. But as of right now, I had to go back to my boy Kane for Signar. I say that like I'm playing the game really. I play against I've played against Cyril once, but I'm having fun. Thinking about paint schemes and all that stuff. And I've always been a little bit of a swan. Always a little bit. The game kind of getting too wild. Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff going on for sure. It's different than Mark II. I gotta say, I skipped Mark III completely, but... Alright. Final verdict. Wilmar, you're my guiding light for this stream. Obviously, she's not nearly close to done. Got a lot of dress to go. But this green is going to be a part of the dress. So the bottom part of this dress is going to work its way up from the green. And so the middle will be black, and then the middle the obi is going to be red. I got a few Mark IV players if you want a game to... Yeah, I'd play it. She looks like if I asked her, she'd spit on me. 10 out of 10. Nice. Well, there you go. That's a stream, ladies and gentlemen. And this will obviously really start to look better once the rest of the model's painted. You know, naturally, of course. Yeah, this was fun. It was a lot of fun. The back doesn't have the things. Anyway. Yeah. And the green kind of ties in because a lot of the other models I have in the faction will have like just like kind of random green spots on them. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. So like as an example, I'll go grab Harukichi. Harukichi. Thanks, man. Harukichi. No, I didn't put any green on him. But yeah, this is a good example. Wasupu. Whee! What about going down to purple on the dress? The problem... There's a reason I'm not going to do that, but I'll tell you why in a second. So, Wasupu. Classic. Can't play STS without him. He's way too good. So, as an example, the green, you'll notice it's right there on his on the arrow feathers. Like, it's just one of those colors I just add, and I think it'll really tie it all together. Free-handed the coin. It's kind of the Silver Moon thing. I didn't put the iron coin in there, the silver coin. I just went with the golds because I thought it looked better. I was like, oh Christ, am I gonna have to non-metal metallic a silver coin? Oh shit. No looking forward to that. But yeah, he came out pretty good. Anyway, but yeah, the reason I don't want to go to purple is this. You don't want to just have one color. You want to work on everything in what they call triangles. So let's just say hypothetically I did that, right? Let's just go with it. Let's just say Bagel convinced me. You have to have what I call triangles, otherwise the colors look weird. Where if a color exists at the tippy top of the model, you have to think of it from a triangle standpoint, where there has to be color on this side and then the color on this side. And the same goes, like, let's just say I painted the shoulders green for whatever reason, right? She's got, like, green shoulder pads. The greaves should also be green or whatever. So it's like you have to have an even distribution, otherwise it kind of looks weird. Yeah, it's about the balance of it. It's not that the purple's a bad idea. It's just you'll notice. So this isn't going to be, by the way, this isn't going to be purple. That's red. I've just base coat purple. I've been trying to base coat my purples with, or my reds with purples. So like as an example, can you see the shadow in there on that red? Yeah, I call it. I don't know. I think it's called the triangles. I don't know. It's just some trick I learned at, like, I think it was like a Gen Con one year or whatever. I took a painting class and he was like, "Oh yeah, don't think about triangles." But anyway, you see how that purple's in there? That's what the purple's for. It's gonna be red. I've been trying to improve my reds. Yeah, it's a ratio thing for sure. So like if this was gonna stay purple, then yeah, I think going down on it would probably be fine. I mean, it doesn't have to be purple. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, it's fine. There's a little bit of understanding. But like if I were to do this in purple, I would have to do these. Or I wouldn't have to, but in my brain, I would have to paint the hairpins as purple. I got your triangle right here, pal. Check out the point right here. I got your purples right here, boyo. But yeah, does that make sense? And plus, we'll see. Like, if I paint this and it doesn't look right, then whatever. Very cool. So this is what. Let me tell you my secret. If I paint something and I don't like it, what I do is I just sell it. I just sell it to somebody, and then I'm like, okay, let me try again, and then I buy the model again. So if I don't like it, I'll just paint it again. Not a big deal. It's one of the cool things about being a decent painter is you get to pick what you like and what you like and don't like. Looking at it, I really like that green, man. Yum 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 yum. Boop, 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 boop. Yes, 100%. You see, when they come up and try and hit you, she has that kiss of the rose feat or whatever, where she's just like, no, you didn't hit me at all. I now control you. Sucker. They come up and they see the hair dye, and they're like, oh, it's so good. My pee-pee, I can't control it. It's too strong. All the blood left my brain. And yeah, we'll do some kind of tattoo on the thigh. I mean, that's like perfect real estate there to do something. Might put something here. Maybe we'll give her like maybe we'll give her a little tramp stamp. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, there's a lot we can do with this model. This might, like I said, this one might go beyond this week. So like if I were to just send you this picture, like I'll just like do the base real quick and I'll just send you this. Because let's just say there's more layers of paint on this than most other people's entire models. There's a certain point where 3 color up doesn't count if there's 5 layers for just a single color. I got your 3 colors right here, pal. You get your 3 colors up. Which is why I hate painting requirements, because they're like, oh, you gotta make sure there's 3 colors. I'm like, motherfucker, my black is 3 different colors. Yeah, I mean, I'll make sure it's done. It's just if I get other stuff done is the question. Oh yeah, and if anybody mad, and this will be the last thing I talk about, and then I'm gonna wrap up. But anyone that cared, I guess, which is probably nobody. But I did finish that Dutch captain from the last stream. I did finish. This is what he looks like. See, there's that green, baby. Captain Bumblebee. Look at his black and yellow pants. He's a pirate captain, and he worships Le Bumblebee. And as an example, I do know how to paint hair colors that isn't just black. It's mostly blondes and blacks. I don't paint a lot of browns. Brown hair. I have a lot of trouble with brown hair. I do not know why. I got your Dutch captain right here, pal. Alright guys, thank you very much for joining me. You know the usual. I'm Dr.D, Dr.D. If you want to talk to me on Discord, it's Dr.D. If you want to talk to me on Discord, I think it's the only way you can really reach me that way. Or you can email me at furypainting@gmail.com. If you want to help me out, go to Patreon and sign up for the Digital Nomad tier. That helps me out specifically. And use the code use the code Professional Casual at ProAcryl. Use the code Arachne at Dice Baron. I think that's it. I'll be back on Sunday. I should be here. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't be here. I might be a little... Kara might want me to do something or other. I think next Thursday... Yeah, next Thursday I have a marketing event I have to go to. If I get home in time, I'll stream. But it's like a local Lexington... like some kind of marketing thing or something. I was like, I might as well go to this. But if I get home, I might do a little streaming. So that one will either be really short or I'll have to skip that one. But next Thursday probably be weird. And then the Thursday after that, I might be doing a patient seminar on X-rays, which is free. If any of you guys want to join, hear me talk about X-rays. We're gonna talk about. I got your radiology right here, Buster. You Buster Brown. So if anybody wants to have a talk about X-rays with me, it'll probably be the Thursday after. It's free, so if you're bored, I guess. I make them fun. I have a lot of bad jokes. There's even a little quiz in there. I'm gonna show you an X-ray and be like, "Can you see where the problem is?" I got your marketing right here, pal. Alright, I love you guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you guys later. And I'll see some of you sooner than others. I'm coming for you, Bagel.